the Torah describes Yehoshua ben Nun, umisharso Yehoshua ben Nun nar. Yehoshua ben Nun, Moshe's apprentice, is referred to as a nar. The reason why this is incredible is because at this time, Yehoshua is 56 years old already. He's a scholar. He's a great leader. And yet, he's referred to as a nar. And I think it teaches us that Yehoshua had a self-perceived youthfulness to him. He was always the student. He was always the nar. As knowledgeable as he was, as great of a Torah scholar and leader he might have been already at the age of 56, he still saw himself as an apprentice. He was still learning from Moshe Rabbeinu. In fact, in Sefer Yehoshua, when Moshe Rabbeinu is no longer alive, Yehoshua continues, in the first parak of the Sefer, he continues to be called the Mishares of Moshe, because that was his essence. He always saw himself as a work in process. He was always a student. He was always striving to grow, to learn more, to know more. This self-perception of youthfulness, of being a student, is valuable on a few different planes in life. It's certainly true in terms of study. The Mishnah in Pirkei Avos tells us that a true chacham is one who is lomed mikol adam. No matter how knowledgeable you are, you never see yourself as an expert who can't learn from every person you meet. And here, being a nar, having a self-perceived youthfulness, is an expression of humility. It encourages you to seek out wisdom from anyone. In fact, the Talmud Chacham is referred to as a Talmud Chacham. It doesn't matter how much of a Chacham you are, but you still see yourself as a Talmud. You still see yourself as a beginner, looking to grow, looking to learn. I'm forever a student. This is also true in terms of how we relate to ourselves and our own frustration with religious growth and personal growth. So much of frustration in life is a result of expectations. I should be better at this already. The person is working on his anger and he loses his temper, so he beats himself up over it. But a beginner, a student, he realizes that he's still at the beginning of his journey of self-mastery. So he isn't fazed by a momentary lapse of self-control. He gets back to work and he continues to try to reach that goal of self-mastery. It doesn't mean we shouldn't be ambitious. It doesn't mean we shouldn't set high goals for ourselves or standards, high standards. But at the same time, we can't take ourselves too seriously. Remember, you're still young. You're still a work in process. Cut yourself some slack after you err. This is also certainly true in terms of our relationships with other people. So many disagreements, so much acrimony is a result of feeling disrespected. How could he do this to me? How could he speak that way about me? I'm accomplished. I'm successful. But if you don't take yourself too seriously, if you realize you're still a novice, you still have so much growth ahead of you, you're still a student, you're still a nar, so it's much easier to let things roll off of your back. It could be this is the message of the Kruvim. We would expect that the image that would greet the Kohen Gadol when he comes into the Kodesh Kodashim would be the faces of old, weathered sages, scholars. But in fact, the faces of the Kruvim were the faces of young children. The Kruvim seemed to be reminding even the greatest scholars, even the highest priest, to stay curious, stay humble, to stay young.